Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Marion County Children's Services podcast. My name is Elizabeth Moore. I'm the Foster Care and Community Engagement Coordinator at the agency, and I am on location for the first time ever for our podcast with Dr. Kim Stark. Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Absolutely. Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Kim Stark. I work here at Center Street Community Health Center, and we are excited to be partnering with Marion County Children's Services and helping our community and serving people.
Awesome. So what is your role here at the agency?
So I'm actually a clinical psychologist. I specialize in children, adolescents, and families. And there is a huge team of behavioral health therapists here at the clinic. So that's just I'm just one of about 5 or 6. We're growing so fast, I just can't even keep count at this point.
There are a lot of us.
There are a lot of us. But we don't just offer that here, which is awesome. We have medical. We have some of the greatest doctors in town. Yeah, I know I'm biased. And they work on the first floor, primary cares, all ages, pediatrics, all the way to geriatrics. I guess that's how you put it.
Yeah.
We have dental services here. We have optical, which just opened not too terribly long ago. It was one of our newer ones. And then we're not just even in Marion, we are in Mount Gilead, and we are now in Galleon.
Oh,
so
okay.
We are growing because you just want to be able to do more.
And you guys have something else now in Marion too.
Oh my gosh!
I love it. So
we do.
Yeah.
So super cool. We actually have the Center Street Community Market, and that is right on the corner across from us. And again, serving the community. And
because this was considered a food desert.
Very good.
I know Center Street Market. I'm a fan.
So it was considered a food desert. So we could pull from different grants and community support. Kroger donated, like a lot of donations went into this because we want to help the community. And guys, people think, oh, the food's probably way more expensive. I am not kidding you. It's not. When I went in there, I think chicken was on sale.
It was $1.99.
Yes, I was gonna say it was like cheaper.
I'm not kidding. I'm a major fan. Like if there's a fan club for the market, I'm the president right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
This is actually the second time I've talked about the market on the podcast. And the first time that I've had Center Street actually on here. So there you go. Yeah. Awesome. So long story short, you guys do a lot to serve Marion, a lot. But you specifically are part of the behavioral health unit? Right.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. So your role, you've already kind of discussed. How would someone, if they wanted to sign up for services, kind of get in touch?
Absolutely.
And how does that work?
So the cool thing about what we have to offer is you don't have to come to us because you want to have all of your services here. So if you already have a dentist, but you just need behavioral health, you can do that. But I have to be honest, it is really nice to keep all your services here. So if you don't have things, you can do that. So all of that is to say, people often ask, well, do I have to do all? Do you know what I mean? And no. So you just call whatever service you need. You just call the number that's on the website. Please don't ask me what that number is. I don't call here a lot.
I'll put it across the screen.
Okay, good. I don't know the number because I don't call here. People call me.
Right. That makes sense.
And so whatever service you need, say, hey, I need to make a doctor's appointment, or I need a dentist appointment, or behavioral health appointment, optical appointment. So that's really all you do. In fact, to be really, really honest with you guys, I do not even think you need a referral process. I know that you don't for the third floor, and I am 90% sure that you do not need it for anything else.
So we actually used to bring a child here. My husband and I used to be foster parents. And so, we were able to just call. And
you just called and it was not a big deal.
It was great.
Awesome.
Now, do you guys take insurance?
We do. So we take all insurances, Medicaid, Medicare, and sliding scale. So if for some reason something's happened and you don't have insurance, just come talk to us. So we really, and I'm going to brag on Crystal Sloan. I am telling you, she's a whiz at helping people with that. I mean, she can get them in their office, and if you ever tried to go on like the Job and Family Services site and you feel super overwhelmed and you don't know what you're doing, she's like, tick, 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 and done.
Yeah.
So that's a really good feature that we have.
This is probably why she connected us, because she was like, you guys are going to talk about me, and so I'll go ahead and have you guys work together.
I'll ask Crystal for, the card with the money in it.
There you go. And split it among them. That is actually probably illegal. So I'm going to that was a joke. Yeah, that was a joke. I don't get paid. I don't get paid. I mean, other than this is part of my job. So, all right, I'm just going to go ahead and move on at this point. So, how do you guys fit into child protection, or basically what we do at the agency? How are some ways that we partner together?
Absolutely. So I think one way in which we partner together really well is because we know that the kids at the agency, they need their dental needs met, they need their medical needs met, behavioral health needs met. And I think we have a great working relationship, that you guys know that, we can trust each other to get the kids' needs met, medical, dental, whatever. And especially behavioral health. I mean, I'm going to be biased because I'm on that floor.
Sure.
In that, these kiddos have been through a lot, and their whole families have been through a lot. Even their biological parents have been through a lot. Their foster parents are going through a lot. So we want to be there to help that whole spectrum.
Yeah.
And so anything that we can do to help any of all of that spectrum, that's what we're here to do.
Yeah, there's a lot of support, I would say, back and forth. And we have talked on previous episodes about, kids that we work with at the agency. A lot of them have experienced trauma, and so we know that is definitely a necessity, that those behavioral and mental health needs are certainly being cared for. So one of the things that I had also asked Dr. Kim Stark, Dr. Stark, I don't.
Everyone just calls me Dr. Kim.
Okay.
But of course, you and I just call each other Kim.
Well, that's what I'm like. I obviously have had other people on that I have a relationship with. I'm like, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to call you professionally. So Dr. Kim is safe. That's good. So what are some great, mental health? We talked a little bit about self-care before we started recording. We have a lot of parents, caregivers, and kids. Okay, everyone in the world right now is going through stuff. And so what are some tips that maybe you could offer to people?
I have to say this. I really, really do. We have to be mindful of taking care of ourselves. We really do. And when I say take care of yourself, whatever the stressor is, you have to get away from it for a time. So I understand that if you're home and trying to homeschool and hybrid school and work from home and all that stuff, you know what? Give yourself permission to take a breath, to go out and just take a walk, stretch your arms, I don't know, even if you have a partner, say, look, I gotta go take a bubble bath, you're in charge, you know what I mean? Vice versa. The kids need that too. Any of you guys who know me well know that I have this huge thing about screen time and computer time and stuff like that. And I'm a little nervous about how much screen time people are getting right now out of necessity, because they have to do it on school. So I'm not mad. I'm just concerned. Okay, so when we're not doing school stuff,
the balance.
Yes, let's do other things. Now I also know, and this is a problem for me, it's January in Ohio. So it's dreary out, it's sometimes cold out. But man, anything we can do to just try and get some fresh air, some vitamin D. I guess there's no vitamin D because there's no sun.
Sure. Well, really, that is another concern.
It is
all of the things obviously we're doing hybrid schooling, we're doing all of those things that are abnormal, but it's also January in Ohio. So we talked recently about post-holiday crash, and then now we're getting into probably seasonal affective disorder.
Yeah, for sure. And that's a real thing. I just want to say that's a real thing. So if anyone out there is just feeling like you're in a funk, that's real. They've done a lot of studies on that, and the further you are living up north, and obviously even way more into Vermont, they have higher and higher rates of that. I'll just testify that I am one of those people. I just am different in the wintertime. I'm so much happier. And people that know me are like, how can you even be happier? But no, it's a real thing. So give yourself grace. No spring is around the corner. Take care of yourself. Take a breath of fresh air. Get some exercise. Take a walk.
Do you have any helpful information if I'm a parent at home and I'm thinking, I don't have a lot of time. So how much time would be good if I can try to get that amount?
That's a really good question. I like to answer questions very honestly as far as like research is concerned. And so I don't know the research-based answer to that question. So I guess my other answer, my clinical answer would be whatever you can.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's
like,
what I would think too.
Yeah, whatever you can. So although I'm, if all you can do is 15 minutes, give yourself that time. If you're like, you know what, 15 is not enough, I know that I need to get more, then do it. So that's what I would say.
Yeah, especially if you're able to and you have that support at home.
Yes.
That's a great thing.
Yeah. And make it a family thing. We need to, let's go on a walk together. Let's go, you know what, we could do a scavenger hunt. Let's go on a family walk and see how many red cars we can find or pine cones or make it fun.
Well, that helps teach healthy habits to kids too, and showing like this is a natural thing that we should do is just get away from the screen and take a walk. So
I would reduce screen time as much as you can. I really would. I would really make your kids, I would go find something to do. Go do Legos. Yeah. Go build something. Go art. I don't know.
Go art.
Go art. Go craft something.
But I like saying go art for just a minute. I think I'm going to do that at home. If my kids are watching, I don't know how you got on Facebook, but go art now. So this is going to be a thing. I like it a lot.
There we go.
So one more thing, and this is not actually really hard because we do know each other, but on my podcast, I have unprompted questions.
Oh,
I have one unprompted question. Should I tell everyone when you told me you were preparing for this? When I walked up and you're like, I haven't read your email.
Oh yeah.
So I don't think the unprompted question is going to be that hard for
that's
you.
True.
But basically what I'll do is I'll ask you the question and I'll talk to everybody for a minute and then come back to you and we'll wrap it up. All right. So my question for you would be, what is it that gave you the desire and the passion to do what you're doing to serve the community in this way? So while she's thinking about the answer to that question, just a couple of things that I want to point out that Dr. Kim was talking about. Obviously, there are a lot of resources available here at Center Street Community Health Center, and they would be glad to help you get set up with any of those services. I will put a link to their Facebook page on the description, as well as the Market's Facebook page on the description. The Market does some great things. Again, fangirl. But they also post, if you have a budget of about $10, here are a few items that you can purchase at the Market and a great meal to go with it. So definitely want to make sure you're following both of those pages. They have some great things that happen in the community as well. Some things are probably during non-COVID season and also probably during non-winter season. So make sure that you're taking time for yourself. Make sure that you are doing what you can to also instill that value and that habit into your kids. So, all right, Dr. Kim.
Okay, so passion, why I do this. So try to keep it brief, but I mean, very honestly, this is just a God-ordained gift. I didn't ask for it. It just came. I literally went through high school knowing I was going to be a psychologist for adolescents. I went to college, I went to grad school, like with just a one-track mind. And I guess I will just say that I remember as an adolescent when I felt like adults didn't understand me. I felt like they would kind of dismiss the stress that I was under or the breakups and just say, there's plenty of fish in the sea. And I said, I never want to be that adult. I never want to be that adult that doesn't really hear what a kid or adolescent's going through. So here I am all day long validating children and adolescents, also helping them, you know, obviously solve the problems and stuff, but you can't help someone unless they feel heard. So
there you go. That's great advice to end on too. So, and after you're done watching this podcast, I guess the best piece of advice that I can give you right now is go art. And thanks for watching. Have a great week.